Alrighty, welcome into another Real Talk Tuesday nights. I'm Justin Messina. We've got Rob joining us in a minute or so. So, for you guys who don't know me, I'm a health and lifestyle coach. My story starts back with going to engineering school and really trying to find my way through my life, not really knowing what I was doing, really listening to everybody and their mothers telling me what I should do, that I had a math and science mind and that I should go to engineering school. And in time realized that my gifts, through finding God and really getting on a spiritual journey, realized my gifts are restoration and fixing things, but that is used with people rather than with mechanical or systems in that sense. So, got a health coach certification, and now I'm really passionate about helping people really find their passion in their lives and really go full force with it and not settle for a lesser life. So that's my story. And tonight we're going really hard on this legacy topic because legacy is something that is really can be really powerful in overcoming the day-to-day mundane mediocrity of trying to be consistent, whether it's running an online business or just having a job that you're going to, or time with the family, whatever it is. When you're doing the same things over and over again, it can really get boring, can really get to a point where you feel like you're not having a lot of fun, you're not really living the juice in life. So when you have a bigger version of what your life means, and that goes way beyond ourselves. It goes to what's the next generation going to be like. What is my funeral going to be like? Is it going to be a celebration, rather than is it just going to be like, a sending off, a small sending off of like, what does it mean to you, basically, is what this is all about. So before I go further, I'm just going to check on Rob and see if he's getting in all right. Yeah, he looks like he's doing all right. He'll be in shortly. Um, yeah, we'll get these hangouts down better and better as we go. But yeah, so a few points I want to hit on is this idea of really mastering your craft. Whatever you're doing, let's just take it from online business sense. I'm sure a lot of people watching this are going to be people who are health coaches or in the wellness field, or people just trying to work at online business, maybe a network marketing opportunity, whatever. And as I'm talking, Rob's jumping in here. So I'll just see if he gets on okay.
I'm here. You see me?
All right, Rob, we're live already. I just did the little intro, and I just want to go ahead and introduce you. Rob Shepard. We're going to be doing these Google Hangouts, like I said, every Tuesday. So, Rob, why don't you go ahead and take the floor?
Okay, I'm plugging in my headset. Can you hear me?
Yeah, did you hear me right there or no?
Yep, I could hear you clearly.
All right, go ahead.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, great, man. Just great to be here and getting ready to knock this out. What did you wait over so far?
Yeah, just went over, just introducing, we're going to talk about legacy and really going over how to get out of the day-to-day mediocrity, of things and really get to a point where we're living for how we're going to leave this earth and what we're going to leave to our kids and the next generations to come. So really just set the table so far.
Awesome, 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 awesome. I think that's a great topic. When I spoke to Dustin earlier, we talked about what we're going to talk about tonight on this Google Hangout, and we talked about legacy because I think sometimes we're not thinking to ourselves as far as what do we want to be known for on this earth. Like what's going to be our stamp, what's going to be our mark. So when we discuss legacy, I just thought it was a great topic to talk about as far as that standpoint, because we'll sort of just go along and we'll just do things just to do it. But if we're doing it and thinking with a mindset of the mark we're leaving, it will be an awesome thing, and we'll have a definite why. So Justin, you can continue on and take it to another level.
All right, man. I think you got some background noise going on, so if you want to check that out while I'm talking here. So Really, when it comes down to it, I think it comes down to finding meaning in your work. You know, whatever you do. Um, just gonna mute you briefly, Rob, so that
Okay, that's fine. Do that.
you can try to figure that out. Yeah. Yeah, so just finding meaning in your work when you can really do that, and it's so deeper than that. I mean, it sounds so silly, like find meaning in your work, but um, you know, I've been over this. My whole path has been a long one with coming from something completely out of, you know, I brought in the idea of engineering for me because it's like going from something you really are just completely misaligned with to trying to find your passion. And for me, I'm just a super passionate person, so this is just a topic that I'll just eat up. But you can find an area of your purpose in your life, and you're still not sometimes there. It just takes time, and it takes really being diligent about it. And the reason it's so important is because, you know, you could really think like, all right, I love health and fitness, for instance. That was me. Like I was like, I love health and fitness. I went to the Institute for Integrative Nutrition, get a health coach certification. But, you know, that still wasn't enough, and that was after, you know, finding God in my life and really feeling like I was on a purposeful path for the first time. And after all that happened, it was still like, all right, I'm still kind of, you know, in and out with things. I would try to, you know, interact with social media and really latch on to certain groups, really get to know people, really make great connections, but there was still something missing. And what you can do to really find your true passion, like your true understanding your gifts and really what you can do better than anyone else. And for me, the common thread is, you know, the mind and neurolinguistic programming and things to do with how can we overcome things from our past to get to where we want to get to. And, you know, I'm by no means have figured all that out, but it's something that I know that I can already help people with, and, you know, I don't have to wait till I get past it. So when we think about legacy, it's like you could think about I can try to do day-to-day things to get to where I want to go and be like, all right, I want to coach people in that arena. But then there's going to be another part of it, right? It's going to be, you know, I can work really hard, but if am I doing it for myself? You know, am I doing it for monetary reasons? Am I doing it just so that I can get over something for my own good? And, you know, that's not going to be enough to really inspire you. That's not going to be enough to push you really forward. And it's definitely not going to be enough to get you out of the habit of just really starting to hate day-to-day operations. As much as you might be doing something you love, you know, it's going to be still going to be a grind if you don't have a bigger reason, a bigger why for what you're doing. All right, so I know I just mentioned why. I think Rob just perked up. So I'm gonna see if I can unmute you here so you can jump in. Might be a second because I had a thing down. All right, we're good, Rob.
So, yeah, you know, as Justin was, that's a very good point as far as your why. When you look back at life and you ask yourself, what's my why? What's my purpose? And once you can find that purpose and understand that the purpose of you doing something, your why, at times you have to make sure that you have a reason of doing it. I came to a point where I realized in life that if I'm going to do something for money, that is not going to be a good why, because what if the money's not there? You fall apart. And you have to focus more on doing it for a purpose. The purpose is I want to help someone. The purpose is my kid. The purpose is my family. The purpose is I want to make a difference. The purpose is I want to change the world. When you started going after it that way, no matter what it is, you can't sleep at night. I know for me, my purpose is so deep that I will wake up, honestly, at 3 a.m. in the morning, sometimes 1 a.m. in the morning, and I would begin working because I know I have a message that I want to get out to the universe. And it may sound kind of weird, and why am I not sleeping 8 hours? Because within me, my brain is going like, okay, I have a purpose. I have to make a difference. What can I get out to the universe? Whose life can I change today? So the why is just so broad. The purpose, the vision is just so big. So when you have that big vision, that big why, you, no matter how much time you fail, you will get. I was watching a video, a matter of fact, this morning early, and in one of the most powerful video I've seen in a long time. Now, this gentleman was talking about it, and his name is Clifton Upfield, and he talked about where he is today in his life and how many times he have failed and how he got started. You're talking about failure for 10 years? I mean, when I heard it, I was just like, wow, that's a huge why, and he knows his purpose and has a big vision that he failed for 10 years to finally hit where he needs to be, because he strongly believed that he can be one of the best programmer out there, and he can create something that's going to take the internet to a whole nother level. So that's when you have to put in your vision, your why, your focus, your mission, and everything else. No matter if you ever make a dime for a year, you will never quit. And so I feel, and I know just that is Justin passion. That's the way he feels, that he dig deep and make sure a person's going to purchase his vision, his why, and they will never quit. But whenever someone just jump right into whatever you're doing, or you jump into what someone is doing because you were promised a quick fix or a quick buck, it's never going to last, because the purpose, the vision, the why is not strong enough. So just sit back, take a good look, and whatever you're going to get into, whatever you're going to do, just make sure you understand your purpose. Make sure you understand your why, because that alone will not allow you to sleep at night. And you may get up, it may not be a weekly income, it may not be a monthly income, it may not be a 6 months income, but whenever you hit that income, it's going to be a big income. All right? Justin, you can jump right back in.
Yeah, and I think a big point of this is, you know, who are you gonna end up helping, you know, in your life. Like for me, like I know like my brother, his girl, and my little nephew, who's just little about 14 months now. It's like, what is, so many people are struggling with finances, so it's like, what can I do to get going with that, right? And I know already, like, if I can follow what's in my heart and what I know I can create, and follow, you know, each one of us, we have to be true to what we were gifted with. Our God-given gifts is what is really gonna make us great and do something great in the world, and we're positioned to be great already. We're destined for greatness. I mean, it's biblical. It's truth. It's absolute truth. And to be able to do that, I think, is huge. And like, you know, have a job. You know, it's not gonna just take off. You're not gonna be making a lot of money. A lot of times, the things that you would be able to do for quick money are not the things that are gonna last. So, you know, if you have to, like, get a part-time job or get even a full-time job, whatever you need to do, and work on that passion on the side, and really focus on that, work as much as you can on it, and because that's what's gonna come back to you tenfold when it starts rolling, and once it really gets clear, and once you have you put the consistent time into it. And you know, it can be really hard, you know, Rob. Like, it can be really hard to really separate the two, because, you know, a lot of folks really struggling with money, and it can be really hard to just kind of not focus on money. So that's a key point too, I think, is to really, you know, a lot of business startup opportunities, especially with the internet, and you know, a lot of people fail, and it's just because it's like, you need that commitment. You need to give yourself a long time frame of how to get going, you know, and really stick with it, and not have it be something that's like, oh, I just want to make a quick $100 this month or something, you know. That's sort of the tendency if money can be a really real struggle, but it's really just not the way out. And the way out is really to commit to something. And you know, it's not it's funny when I talk to people, a lot of times it's like, there's this idea out there that, like, your dreams and what you really want to do in your life and what's fun isn't isn't what's accessible to you, and that's not true. It's like if you really follow what your passion is and just have the courage, take that first step and just be like, all right, I'm gonna focus on what my passion is. That, you know, I'm not gonna go quit my job, or I'm not gonna go make crazy differences in my life, but I'm gonna just make this decision that I'm gonna follow my passion and go after it 100%. And when you do that, then you can, you know, there's ways, things will work out for you. It's amazing when you put yourself in that mindset. Things will start happening that will, you know, you'll start asking the right questions, and your mind will start guiding you in the right directions, and things will just open up to you, and it's really powerful. So really, if you take that vision and you think in terms of what am I going to do for the world, and not be it about your financial situation or you know, things to do with you and your life circumstances, but to look into the future and say, all right, who am I helping? Whose life is going to be significantly better because of what I'm going to accomplish through my passion, and what am I going to do for people? And I think that's where a lot of the power comes from. All right, just muted you again because of the background noise a little bit.
Yeah,
all right.
that is an awesome point. That is a very good point there. And you know, and we do these on Tuesdays, and like you all know, we titled it Real Talk. And I'm gonna get down to some real talk now. And I know this is gonna touch some hearts, because I know a lot of folks out there have the same question and ask themselves why. And here's the whys. Why my family do not join force with my vision? Why my husband do not join force with my vision? Why my wife do not join force with my vision? Why? That's the big question, right? Now, you may feel within you that you feel kind of discouraged, like, should I really go forward? Make that be a driving force for you and to move forward, because sometimes it takes distant individuals that's not in your life to see your vision before your close friends and family to align with your vision. I use myself as example, and I'll throw it out there because, again, real talk. I've been in business for quite some time, and believe it or not, I'm a healthy man. I've been literally stay focused on health. I help so many people out there with great health, which is not even my family and my close siblings, but they within you doesn't see that. Wow, you know, they don't see the vision. So you have to move forward with your vision, and don't let anyone distract you from your vision, distract you from your mission, distract you from your mission, I should say, or distract you from your why. And don't ever get discouraged, because just remember this: we have a humongous world out there that's waiting for you, waiting for your gift. Who doesn't see your gift right now will see your gift. Who doesn't see your why right now will see your why. Who doesn't see your vision right now will see your vision eventually. Just believe in what you're doing and continue on. And remember the L word: legacy. Legacy, legacy. What you want to be known for, what mark you want to be left behind. Okay? Just remember that. And you stay focused and keep going. Never give up. Never look backwards. Just keep going. If you see something fail, tweak and try something else. All right? And that's just the way you just have to focus on it at times, because I know we you know, Justin and I had this conversation, and we talked about it, where you look around you and like, wait a minute here. My friends are not aligning with me. What's wrong? That doesn't mean that something is wrong. They just don't see it as yet. And when they see it, it can be late or it can be early, but they will eventually see it. All right? Back to you, Justin.
Yeah, definitely. There's definitely a tough thing. It can be really tough with family sometimes, where yeah, okay, I thought my video just went off right there, but with family, they really, you know, it's sometimes it's hard to see the people closest to you, and feel like you're not getting supported, It's one of those things. It's one of those things that you know so into so closely, and then you know you go and do something else, or you go on this new path, and you know I think a lot of people get freaked out when you just do something completely different, and but it's just, you know, it's just one of those things you just can't get discouraged with. It just needs to be something where, you know, you stick with what's your vision and what do you want to create in your legacy. And I'm just going to go over some huge points right now that I just kind of just thought of. One of the things is like if you're thinking like how the heck do I do this, right? Like we're sort of talking in a little bit broad. I want to just bring it a little more focused here. And here's a really quick activity that I like to talk about with people, that is finding your life purpose. And you know, it sounds like a grand, crazy thing to do, but if you don't know really, you know, you're kind of tinkering with what you're supposed to do in life, what kind of career you want, or things like that. Or maybe you're in a company that you're sort of like not sure about, or you're not sure how to really make it your own. This is what you do. Take out just a pencil and a paper and just write down what do you think your life purpose is, and just write down ideas, and don't worry about where it goes. Just, you know, it could go off in different directions, and then you can go on different tangents, and it doesn't really matter. Just keep doing it, and you want to just keep writing until you get to a point where you find something that is in your heart and in your soul, and it really moves you. Okay, and you could maybe be brought to tears depending on who you are, but that will get you in a ballpark of what is your life purpose, and from there you can start to really see it better. All right, so that's step number one. All right, I'm gonna go three steps here. Number two, what human beings have that, you know, no other creature on the planet has, is imagination. And when you take imagination into the equation and you make it part of your daily life, you can start to imagine your future and start to think in terms of what am I creating, and really hold that with you. And I was watching this motivational video by Sean Combs, or Diddy, right? It's one of my guys I like to look at, and his story and how he kind of did things, and how he has like, you know, he has like the swagger along with the business sense. And what he says is like, you know, we all have 24 hours in a day, and if you just lost my train of thought a little bit, but if you go around talking to yourself in your head, if you have to, you know, if it's just something where, you know, you're getting distracted by people and you're out in the world, and there's just, it seems like your vision is sort of like being attacked by just your circumstances and your environment and everything. Just go around and just literally talk to yourself and tell yourself, you know, you do the imagination and just close your eyes and imagine your vision. And then when you're going through your day and you're doing things to do with your vision, just talk to yourself. Tell yourself what's going to happen, what you're creating, the people that are going to be in your life, and who you want to bring with you that's already in your life, that are like, these are the people that are gonna gravitate towards this, and what kind of people are you trying to attract, and things like that, right? And I'm going to save the third nugget until the very end. I'm going to let Rob jump in here. Thanks for helping us with the noise there, Rob.
Okay, I'm unmuted. Okay, that's a good point. And, you know, I just said about that, about, you know, people that are going to be, you know, seeing your vision. You know, I was at the Total Lifestyle Alliance event last weekend. Mark brought something up, and he mentioned about who will be the 15 person that will be in your future. And believe it or not, it's very difficult, and I'm going to ask you this, and you know, take this note down. Find 15 people that you're going to have in your future. Okay, so 15 person, whether it can be Tony Robinson you want to work with, whether it can be Mark Overson, whether it can be Clifton Upfield, whether it can be Justin Messina, whoever, you just pick 15 people that you're going to put down and say, okay, these are the 15 folks going to be in my future. You're going to do business with, you're going to be in speaking gigs with, you're going to be on stage with, whoever way. That was a difficult task. And you may start writing and thinking, oh my God, it's going to be so easy. I thought it was, for me, it was a little difficult because I never thought of that. I was just pretty much going out there. But when that was put to me, I was like, wow, I got to figure this one out. So my takeaway from it, and your takeaway should be, start thinking about that. Who's going to be a 15 people in your entourage? Just like a rapper, a musician, these folks have their entourage. We can do the same thing in business. We can do the same thing with our vision. We can do the same thing with our why. We can do the same thing with our passion. Think of those 15 folks that's going to travel your vision with you. That's going to say, you know what? I see Justin's vision, and I'm ready to take that vision along with him. So if, for instance, you have a vision of you want to build homes in Dominican Republic, for example, for needy kids. That's your vision. You and I have a conversation and may say, wow, I really like that. I want to align myself with that vision. And I want to go to the Dominican Republic and build homes with you. Boom, there you go. Another person, again, may say the same thing. By the time you know it, you got 2. By the time you know it, you got 3. By the time you know it, you got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you're up to 15. Now you have an entourage. We have a saying in Jamaica, every little make a muckle. So you have 15 people along with you, traveling, bringing your vision out to the universe. You're going to bring more people in. By the time you know it, you have 200, 600, 700, because you can't do it alone. We can't do it alone. So that's why Justin and I collaborated together. When we look back at his wise passion, that it was not just about, I'm going to jump into, a company and I'm going to just make some money. He's sitting back and putting his vision together, putting his why together, putting his purpose together, his message together, his brand together, how much he want to bring to the universe, what he want to be known for. And those are the type of things that's aligned with our legacy. So when Justin, say for instance, Justin decided to stop doing what he's doing, I will always remember him as his passion and his mission and what he believed in. And that's what you want to definitely put into existence. And as he was saying before about the P. Diddy thing, speak your passion, your vision into existence. It's like the law of attraction. You may say, you know what, I remember this, and this is funny, Justin. This is the most funniest thing. And I don't want to say, but dear Lord, I'm going to ask you for guidance, and please don't let it happen. Do you know I say to myself, man, I haven't had an accident in a while. You know what happened to me? It's sad. It's very sad. Yes, I did. And because I was so used to getting into an accident, every year I was getting into an accident. And I said, the moment I said to myself, it was like 2 years passed, 3 years passed, no accident. I said, oh, you know, I haven't had an accident in a while. I was driving, and the sad part about it was the loaner car. The loaner car from the dealership, I won't mention what kind of car it was, but it was a decent car. I had the loaner, and believe it or not, I sideswiped their loaner car. And I get there, and they were like, well, you're going to have to give us $1,000 right now, and we're going to report the rest to your insurance. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So you talk about speaking into existence. So think about this. If your passion is to become a well-known icon in the universe for being a service to others, speak it. I want to be a service to others. I want to be a service to others. Just speak it, write it, talk about it, vision it, and you will be a service to others. I want to help everyday people, or I want to help stay-at-home moms to have some success in finances, that they can help their husband out and create a legacy for their kids, and let their husband look at them as, wow, my wife stayed home, but she's still doing something to help me. Speak it. Say, you know what, my passion is to help stay-at-home moms to become successful. My passion is to help stay-at-home moms to become successful. Speak it into existence, and you definitely will accomplish it. And I'm speaking to you from my heart, because I know where I've been and I know where I am today, and because of positive influence, aligning myself with positive folks around, I'm not telling you to push your friends aside. You can keep them, but if they're not going into your direction, they're not seeing your vision, they're not aligning with your mission, because you're going to have to make a decision. And I'm not saying you have to push them aside, but keep them at a distance, because sometimes you're going to find you're trying to lay your legacy, you're trying to lay your mission, you are trying to lay your vision, and your friend will say, that's not going to work. What do you mean you want to be a health coach? What do you mean you want to save the universe? And you start questioning yourself, is this going to work? And guess what? Now your subconscious mind start putting that within your head, and you start thinking, I'm not going to be able to do this. But once you start pushing yourself and start seeking people that's going within that direction, you will start believing that it's possible. And I'll use a few more examples. I was told you will never have anyone goes to your website and signed up without they having a conversation with you. I believed it. I totally believed it. Am I going to blame that individual or people that shared that with me that they were wrong? No, I'm not going to say that, because that's what they know. But they never knew about attraction marketing. They never knew about giving value. They never knew about sharing those type of things. They didn't know that. Now I saw a different part in life where I share value. I give my heart out to the universe. I have people automatically just go right in and align themselves with my vision or align themselves with my program without I even have to have a conversation with them, because I speak from the heart and I'm be truthful. If you ask, sometimes somebody, you may say to them, how much money you're making? Oh, I'm making so much money. And you know what? Be truthful. And like I was talking with a young lady today just to bring this conversation up, and I had to really applaud her. I asked her a question about something that I saw. She had something that was really valuable, a really good tool, and I asked her about it. And I said to her, how is it doing for you? And you know what she said? She says, I just joined the company. I don't know, but I will keep you posted. But my sponsor is having great success utilizing the tool. I sent her a message right away and applauded her and said, thank you so much for being real and truthful, because that's how Justin and I collaborated together. Being real, be truthful. People will align with your vision, whether it's $1 million vision, a $2 vision, a $4 vision, because they will help you to build that vision to become something big, as long as you're truthful. So if I ask you, how are you doing in your program? Be honest. I started. I gain a lot of value from it. I'm getting success, but it's not monetary success, financial success, but I'm getting value success, because success can mean many different ways. Success doesn't have to mean I'm successful because I have a luxury car. I'm successful because I have a big home. I'm successful because I have a lot of money. No, success can be means your mindset, your health, fitness, your value that you deliver to the world. Those all can form under success. And another great point that was just so powerful at that training, we had to walk and repeat to ourselves, because they were trying to bring us to focus on our legacy and to focus on our vision and focus on our mission. And Mark said to us that we should find someone that we're going to walk with for 5 minutes to and from, so it was a total of 10 minutes. And we're going to keep repeating that I know I'm successful because I can stay home from work without having a problem. I know I'm successful when I can pay my bills without having to check my bank account. I know I'm successful, and you should try this. I know I'm successful when I can wake up in the morning with a big smile on my face. I know I'm successful when I can see the folks around me that I'm working with to lose weight are losing so much weight with no problem at all. I know I'm successful when I feel happy every day when I wake up. I mean, it was so powerful that you know, some of us even got emotional, and I was just like, wow, that's a very good piece of training that can help us towards our legacy and help us towards our vision and our mission. So that's something you want to take away from this. Just repeat to yourself. Try it out. It's very good. Get someone that you can walk and talk with, and just get on the phone or just walk and talk with them in person, because you will bring out so much into each other and from each other, and just say those things. Come up with your own piece of it and just say that. All right. So that's just something powerful I want to give you, and I hope that you get some value from this. I'm going to turn it back over to Justin. I think we are going into 45 minutes, and I just want to thank you guys for hanging out with us. Justin, back to you.
Yeah, and that's an activity that you can do, and you can bring it to all kinds of different areas of your life. You can think about your family, your emotional life, your spiritual life, your friends. You could think about how do you wake up in the morning, like Rob was saying, and how you go to bed. Your rituals, or it could be just anything. Things that I know. I just want to give an example of something like deep. I know I'm successful when that's really like a lot of mine are more emotional and the people around me and things like that. But then there's like these little things. Like when I was a little kid, I realized when I went through college, it was really kind of not a dark time. I really enjoyed college, but I really got off track with what I wanted to really create in my life, and any sort of goals or vision I had, it was just gone. And during that time, I really kind of got clouded in my thoughts. But before then and after then was really a time when I had dreams and I had ideas as a child that I realized once I got through the college years and I really cut out drinking and eating clean and different things. I really got to a point where I realized that things started to pop up again that I thought of as a child, and the dreams I had started to resurface. I started to literally remember things that happened when I was younger that I hadn't thought about in 10 years. So, and two of those things were I always wanted to live in Florida, and I've lived in Rhode Island my whole life, and I love New England and the sports teams and everything. But not the winter so much, but New England, it was like home my whole life, and but had the fortune of coming down to Florida on vacations and things, and realized that I really felt home. Whatever reason it is, like it's the sun, it's the environment. I just feel better when I'm down here, in a lot more ways than just I'm in the sun. It's nice to be in the sun or whatever, but it has a vibe about it, and I can't describe it, but it's something that I was like, I always wanted to live in Florida, and now I just moved to Florida, and I'm like, that's a great feeling, because it's like for me, I know I'm successful when I'm realizing something from when I was a child to when I am now. And another part of that is like I'm very not material. There's not a lot of things I'm like thinking of toys or thinking of cars or anything like that, but there is this idea from when I was a child where I was like, I really want a Dodge Viper, a red Dodge Viper with two white stripes down like racing stripes down the middle. And it's kind of like a really far back idea, but it's just something just like moving to Florida. It'd be like, wow, if I ever got that, that would be like, really the epitome of me getting to a place where I'm like, wow, I really kind of saw that through all that years. Even though I went way off track, I still got there, and it starts to work in your brain, and this is very like neurological process where you're literally telling one side of your brain to the other that, look, I'm doing it. I did it. See, I'm doing things that are pushing me forward, and that's really the power of looking in the future and going after it. Because once you start hitting things, and not just the far off things, but you start hitting things along the way, like checkpoints, it really starts. You start to ride a wave of momentum, and it really becomes more and more real. So I mean, I think the beginning is really the hardest part, and I just want to in case you're somebody on this hangout who's sort of like, where do I start with this stuff, right? Like, how can I start something when I don't really know where I'm headed? And one way to do it, a great way to do it is YouTube. You can have your passion and just try to break out of your shell if you need to, or maybe you're already good to go with videos, but start making videos on YouTube and just learn the process and really just share your passion with people. And you don't have to have a model or business model or think about money at all to get started, but you can just start going that way. And another way Rob and I and a bunch of other people are doing it now is through blogs. Like you could start a blog, really change, and you could start to build your sort of model in as you go, and you can just start with your passion, and that's I think that is really a powerful way to do it, because that's not the way that I started. I started brought into different business models and things that really got me off track for a long time. But if you can start with your passion, you can lead with that, and that grounds you in what you're doing, no matter how you start. I mean, those two ways I just shared are I think really two really easy ways to start. But if you start that way, I mean, more power to you, because you're gonna avoid a lot of the pitfalls that most people go through, I think, and worrying about how am I gonna monetize this, which is really something you can just work out, and it will. When you follow your passion and you follow what you love, things will work out. Things miraculously work out in ways that you wouldn't believe. Like, I don't know. I'm on a roll right now. I'm gonna keep going, Rob. Um, there was this thing I really wanted. I wanted to get started. I saw this training, and I knew that I needed to do it. One day, I told myself, okay, I really gotta do this. Financially, bad decision, because I don't have it. I really put myself in a tough spot. But I look at the future, and I'm like, what am I creating? What's my vision? And I knew that it aligned with my vision. The very next day, struck with fear. Oh my God, I don't know if I can do this. And I just stopped, and I was like, all right. Next day, I was like, this stuff is really good. But this is what happened, right? Didn't have enough money. I went out. I sold. I sold cables lying around. I sold a personal development kit that I had. I sold a bunch of stuff, right? And I needed to come up with. I don't want to go. I don't go into numbers, but the essence of it is my bank account. After I raised the money I needed, plus. For a second. So I raised enough money plus $1 and like 15 cents. I'm pretty. Actually borrowed them someone too and paid them back the next day when I sold something else. It's kind of crazy how it works, but really things miraculously work out when you just follow, what you're doing. And I'm gonna turn it back over to you, Rob. I think I might be breaking up a little bit. Can you hear me, Rob?
Are you still there? Justin, you froze? Justin? Hello? I think you're froze, man. I think Justin is freeze. Can't hear you. But anyway, I'm just gonna go through. Great point that Justin came up with, as far as when he saw his vision and what he aligned his vision with. Justin, I think you're froze.
Pizza.
Lost you there, man. Are you back?
Yeah, I don't know what happened
Yeah.
there. Sorry
Yeah, I
about
think
that,
it was
guys.
your internet. That's fine. Just close right up, because I think your internet is like a little choppy. You've been going in and out.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, all right.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I'm just gonna close up. Hopefully, you can hear me all right.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I just wanted to say, you know, thanks for watching a little bit about relationships and a little bit touch on what we touched on tonight, but also go into sort of more of the intimate significant others type of thing and how to deal with that. So I'm closing up, Rob. I'll let you close this one out. All right.
Alrighty. Peace
All
out.
right. Take care, guys. Peace.
Just want to thank you guys for stopping by and checking out the Real Talk. But again, if you guys have a subject or a topic you would like for us to speak on, you can inbox us. We'll definitely bring it to you, whether it's health, whether it's finances, relationships, whatever type of topic you're interested in. All right, so thank you so much. We're out. Boom.
Daddy, I want to get pizza. Daddy, I want to get pizza.